So what's up, guys? So it's Sunny Money here again today. So today we'll be talking about 401k and Roth IRA. So you guys will be like, what the heck is Roth IRA and traditional 401k? So these are individual retirement account. That's what IRA stand for. So individual retirement account, there's pro and cons in each one of them. And also we will talk about which one will make you the most money. So stick to the end. I will get to that to the end. But if you're here today and you want to know what are the differences between Roth IRA and traditional 401k, and you'll get that today. So let's first go on traditional 401k. So the traditional 401k, you normally get it with an employer's. So let's say, for example, for me, I'm getting 401k on with my employers, and right now I don't have any match. But after a year, when I'm with them, they will match up to 50% to 6% of my annual salary. So normally that's what the traditional 401k is with your employers. And traditional 401k, usually it will be deducted from your gross income without getting taxed. So your before tax money will get contributed to your 401k. So it will be a larger amount because you don't get taxed on that contribution to your 401k. So that will be a little bit better for you. So grow bigger. So and also you should take advantage of your 401k if your employer has a match, because that's the free money and that's the easiest money that you can make. Because last time I believe my employer was matched up to 50%, and I put in like 10,000, and then match up to 50%. So they matched 5,000 of that. So I got 5,000 for free. And there's a contribution limit to how much you can contribute. If you're single, you can contribute to 9,500 annually. So there's a income limit when it comes to a tax deductible, when you contribute on how much you can contribute to your 401k and still get tax deductible on that. So let's say if you make less than, if you're single and you make less than, you can contribute to the maximum limit and you can get everything deductible. But if you're married and file jointly, if you make more than $208,000, which that's pretty high. So if you make $208,000 and you married and you file jointly, you don't get any tax deductible, but you can still contribute to your 401k, but you don't get any tax deductible. But if you're making between 108 or 198 to $208,000, you can get partially tax deductible on how much ever you contribute to your 401k. And also the 401k is you can contribute to, there's an age limit on this one. So when you get to an age of 70 and a half, you cannot contribute anymore to your 401k. So you have to start withdraw your money when you're 70 and a half. And why would they set it up like that? I don't know. That's the law. That's how it's always been. And this one, they will. So let's say another thing about 401k with traditional 401k is that if you want to withdraw your money before the age of 59 and a half, you'll get 10% deductible. So this is penalty part of the 401k. So if withdraw before your age of 59 and a half, you will get deductible. But there's a way around that, or there's some exception. Like if you have a hardship and if you get call, if you're a reservist and you get call, you use that for secondary expenses, or if there's a medical expenses, there's some exception. And there's a if you buy a house, I think you could withdraw to a certain amount. So there's some exception to that, but there's a way around that. That if you actually need the money and you don't want to withdraw, you could actually take a loan, but you have to work with your 401k broker. So you need to work with them and see what is there any fee. Sometimes the interest going back into your account. So you can look into that if you actually need the money, and you need to need the money right there and then, and you need to withdraw from your, or not withdraw, like take a loan out or something, which you have to wait it out which option is better for you. And so let's talk about another thing is Roth IRA. So Roth IRA, you'll be contributing. Usually this one is not with your employers. So this one is like a separate, you have to find your brokers, or sometimes your employer offer it, but they normally don't contribute to they don't have a match on this one. So this is normally after tax money. So your money that get taxed already, and you contribute to the Roth IRA. However, so when you want to withdraw it after 59, after your turn 59 and a half, you don't get taxed afterward. And also, if you need your money and you need to withdraw your money from your Roth IRA, you could withdraw it without penalty. However, you can only withdraw what you put in to your Roth IRA. Let's say you put in $5,000, you start putting in $5,000 last year, and your money grew to $6,000. You can only withdraw $5,000 without the penalties. So that's the advantage of the Roth IRA. And however, this one, the Roth IRA has a contribution limit of $6,000 if you're younger than 50, and $7,000 if you're older than 50. Unlike the 401k, unlike the traditional 401k, you can keep contributing to your Roth IRA as long as you want, as long as you live. Unlike your 401k, you have to stop contributing to your 401k when you're 70 and a half. But this one, you can either keep contributing to it or just keep it in the account until you're dead, if you want to keep it for your kid or something. So when you withdraw the money, it's tax free. You don't have to pay any tax on the whatever your account grow to. And however, if you make up to a certain amount, you cannot contribute to the Roth IRA anymore, because that's how the system works. So let's say if you're single, if you make more than $140,000, you cannot contribute to the Roth IRA anymore. If you make if you're single and you're making 125 to 140, there's a way to calculate how much you can contribute, but you can only contribute partially to your Roth IRA. Well, obviously, if you make less than 125, you can contribute up to the limit. And if you're married, though, there's a different limit. If both of your partners are contributing to your Roth IRA, or the limit of your income is $208,000. If you make more than $208,000, you cannot contribute to your Roth IRA. If you make between 198 to 208, you can contribute partially. That's if you're married and filed jointly. Well, and also, of course, if you're making less than 198 filed jointly, you can contribute to up to the limit. And this is for people that make above, $208,000. You can actually there's a thing called backdoor Roth IRA where you could contribute to your 401k first, and you can convert it to your Roth IRA. But that will be another video that I have to talk about because it's somewhat complicated, and you have to talk to your broker about it if it will beneficial you or not. So now let's talk about if you should contribute to your 401k or Roth IRA. So let me tell you that this is opinions. It's not a financial advice. I'm just a random guy on YouTube trying to give you my opinions. So what I think where you should focus on. So if you make a lot of money now and you expect to make less money later on, you should put your money in your 401k. So later on, when you get taxed, when you take out the money and you get taxed, you don't get taxed as much because you'll be in a lower tax bracket. And if you're making less money now and you think you're gonna be making more money in the future, so you're gonna be in a higher tax bracket. So it would make sense if you put more money into your Roth IRA, and then so later on, when your tax bracket is high and you get taxed more, so you'll get taxed. You won't get taxed on whatever the money you take out later on with the Roth IRA. Does that make sense? But however, for me, it's a balance between the two. So for me, I do contribute to Roth IRA and 401k because I want to get the match from my employers, and also the Roth IRA so I won't get taxed later on. So I think it's a good to have the balance between the two. That's why I contribute to both of them. So if you think this is the conclusion for which one you should contribute to your 401k or Roth IRA. So if you think this video has benefited you in any way, can you please give me a like and subscribe? And we'll make more content once a week later on. So I'll catch you guys later. Bye.